Right, in this video I'm going to tell you the most important things that you need to remember if you're starting a YouTube channel. And you may have heard some of these tips before in other videos, but I've really tried to nail it down to what I believe are the most important principles that you need to remember when starting out on YouTube. And with that, rather than waste your time, we're going to jump straight into it. The first thing I would say is just remember to have patience and consistency. And this is, I know, it's generic advice, like be patient, it will come. But it really will. It really, really will. I wouldn't judge anything off your YouTube channel until you've got to 100 videos, until you've got out 100 videos out there and been consistent with it, constantly improved, constantly uploaded, and then judge how it's doing or not. You just have to be patient. Starting is half the battle, but then continuing is really the next part of it. Get 100 up there, continually get better, keep going. As soon as you've uploaded one, start thinking about the next project and how you can get the next video up, and just keep going with it, because I guarantee you, if you get 100 up there, then one of them will pop. One will do well, or maybe a couple will do well, and then you'll start getting the momentum from that. But you really have to just keep going with it, keep being consistent, keep getting it out there, and you will get the rewards. Number 2, respect your audience. And I really mean this, because I think a lot of people, when they start out on YouTube, they start talking to, I don't know who they're talking to. You start saying things that don't really make sense and that you wouldn't really say in a normal conversation with someone. But I would say if you're going to be talking to the camera, if you're going to be putting things out there, imagine you're talking to yourself or your mates, and respect your audience on the other side of the camera. Don't try and dupe them into things. Don't try and trick them, or don't try and pretend to be a different version of yourself that's not actually you. Respect that there's a real person on the other side of that. Respect that there's someone that is watching this genuinely has thoughts and feelings and is intelligent. And if you respect them and you always relate to the person watching it and treat them on the same level as you, then you'll have great success, because you are relating back to a normal person and you should be resonating with them. I know it's basic advice and most people will do this, but you really have to remember that. Remember that it's a real person on the other side of the camera. It's not just an imaginary number. Even when you get thousands or tens of thousands of views, remember that all real people. You're talking to real people, and so respect and relate back to your audience. And I would even take that further by saying, if someone takes their time to leave a like, or someone takes their time to leave a comment under the video, then that's someone taking time out of their day to watch your video and then taking enough time and effort to actually go and leave a comment as well. So respect them by replying to those comments. And I 100% believe that you should reply to as many comments as you possibly can. I know once you start getting a lot of comments and a lot of views, you can't spend all your time replying to all the comments, but the first 50 to 100, or the first day the video comes up, you definitely can, because those people have taken the time to leave a comment, so respect them by replying to it. And if someone has good criticism or good feedback of your videos, don't attack them by going back to them and leaving a hateful comment. I know most people wouldn't, but take that on board. As long as it's constructive criticism, that's something you can learn from. And number three, which relates back to the second one as well, is give value. Always think about how you can be giving value through your videos. Why should someone take time out of their day to watch one of your videos? How are you helping them? How are you improving their life? It could just be as simple as entertainment. You made someone laugh. It could be answering a specific question or need they have. It could be giving them tips on how to make money or how to do anything as a tutorial. It could be absolutely anything, but you need to think, why, if someone's taking their time to watch one of my videos, then how am I rewarding them for that? How am I giving value back to the person? And if you always give value, if you make sure that your videos give value in one way or another, then that person will keep coming back, because they know they're getting value from your videos. They know what to expect. They know that you're going to deliver a high standard, and they know that you're going to deliver value through what you're doing. So don't try and, for lack of a better, there's an English phrase, don't try and mug someone off by clicking into a video that doesn't give them value. Give value in every one of your videos and you'll have subscribers for life. Number 4, if you're interested in something, someone else in the world will be. And it's 100% true now more than ever. If you have a specific interest or if you have a passion, then start making content about it. Start making videos about what you really care about. Because I guarantee you, there are a million people around the world, or tens of millions of people around the world, that are interested in exactly the same thing as you are. And even if you're combining two of your passions into something new, then that works even better as well, because there will be there's a market for that, and the internet is just a facilitator. YouTube is just a facilitator that will find the people that are interested in that specific subject. Whatever you're interested in, whatever you're passionate about, whatever you really care about, and whatever you take time to do as a hobby outside of whatever your normal job is, that's what you should focus on creating content about. That's what you should really do, because that's what you're passionate about, and that's what you can do for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. If you're making content about your favorite subject, no matter what that is, even if it feels really arbitrary and you think that other people might not be interested in it, I guarantee you, YouTube will find that person that is, and you'll build up a community of people that are interested in the same thing as you are. Next one, number 5. Perfection is the enemy of progress. It's so many people, when they start out on YouTube, they put up this amazing video on a pedestal as their target. So that they think, I need to create the perfect video and that's what's going to resonate with people. And maybe you spend months, a couple months or weeks or a half a year on one video because you really think that it has to be perfect. And I don't want to put it out there for judgment until I believe that it's perfect. Well, guess what? That's just an excuse. That's you holding yourself back. That's you saying, I don't want to put this out and put it up for judgment because it's not perfect yet. Well, no video is ever perfect. No film is ever perfect. No book is ever perfect. No symphony is ever perfect. All you can do is get it to the point where you say, okay, now it needs to go up. And then on the next one, you'll get better at it. On the next one, you'll get better. Because there's no such thing as perfect. All you have to do is get one up and then continue improving and improve on the next one, improve on the next one. And that's how you make progress. You can't make progress if you're trying to create the perfect piece. And one way I would get around this is, instead of just trying to come up with the best video possible, set yourself a schedule. Set yourself a target of, I'm going to get up one video a week. Because then when it gets to Sunday night, or whenever you've set your video to go up, you have to post it no matter what. So you can't hide behind the excuse of this isn't perfect yet. You just need to put it up, and then you move on and learn from whatever mistakes you made, learn from whatever editing techniques you learn during that, learn how to do the next one better. And you'll continually make progress, and you'll always get better. Number 6, produce the highest quality video you can at the best frequency for you. And again, this ties into the previous one. And what I really mean is, make the video as good as possible, as often as you can. So don't try and blast out a video every single day that you're not proud of and that's not your best work. I mean, if you can create an amazing video every single day that's your best work, then go for it. But if you can't and you don't have the time to do that, then figure out a time for you that works to create the best content you possibly can. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the absolute best thing you've ever made, but you have to aim for that every single time. Don't start releasing a bunch of subpar content every single day because you're trying to meet that daily upload schedule if it's not something you're proud of. Because the audience the person watching it will realize that. I mean, if you're not respecting them by not releasing something you actually care about and something you're actually proud of, then the person on the other end of the camera will feel that and they'll click off. They'll stop watching your videos because they realize that you're just putting out shit. You're not putting out what you actually are good at and what you care about. So try and figure out a schedule that really works for you to create the absolute best thing you can, but as often as possible. If that's twice a week, great. If it's twice a month, great. If it's once a month, then great. But try and make it as often as you possibly can, and make it as the best you possibly can at the same time. Number 7, create a hook in every one of your videos. And this is so important, whether it's on YouTube or any video making in general. I'm going to go into this more in a later video, But what I mean is the first 15 seconds of every single video is the most important part of a video. That's where someone watching is going to decide if they're going to continue watching the rest of the video. And it may also even be where that person watching is going to decide if they'll watch any of your videos ever again. So that you really have to make that first 10-15 seconds, grab the person watching it and understand what the video is about, and also entice them into watching the rest of it. Think of any classic James Bond film. If you've never seen them, by the way, come watch a James Bond film. But the first minute or the first few minutes will always be this like really high octane action sequence that grabs you and draws you in, and then the intro rolls and the credits roll and then the actual film starts. But the first bit is always designed to grab the person's attention and get them, okay, I'm in this now. And that's how you have to see your YouTube videos as well. No matter what the video is about, you've got to think, how can I grab that person in the first 20 seconds? How can I grab them in the first 30 seconds? How can I get them to watch the next 20 seconds? And let that bleed out throughout the video. Try and think, how can I keep their attention for as long as possible? Number 8 is targeting long tail keywords. Now, right now with YouTube, I would 100%, this is the way you are, I would say this is the way you are most likely to grow right now. Because maybe 5-10 years ago, real clickbait titles worked because they weren't being done so much. You could just have a title saying, "You won't believe what happened," and maybe someone would click into it. Well, now that doesn't really work so much. You have to target long tail keywords to help yourself come up in search. If you can create a title that also creates intrigue and makes it kind of more clickbait, including long tail keywords at the same time, then do that. But it's more important, especially if you're starting out and trying to grow, to try and answer people's search queries. So if it was how to create a online course, then I would be targeting how to create an online course as a long tail keyword, or create an online course or online course. You know, you have to try and think about, how can I create a title and tags and description, and all of even talking about those specific keywords in your video. How can you combine all of it to target specific long tail keywords within YouTube search? And again, we'll go into more on this later. Number 9, your personality is enough. 100%. You don't have to become an over-characterized version of yourself. You don't have to pretend to be something you're not. You are enough, your personality is enough, and let it shine through in video. It's a massive cliche to say just be yourself, but really the biggest traction you're gonna have and the best way you're gonna grow an audience of people that are interested in you is by being yourself. And by really letting that shine through and letting the other person on the other side of the camera resonate and relate to you. There's a saying that I'm gonna go into again later, which is your mess is your message. Let people know about the struggles you're going through. Let people know about what you're good at and what you're not good at, and really just try and be honest and open in front of camera, because your personality is enough. You don't have to create a weird, over-the-top version of yourself. You don't have to be something you're not. You just have to be yourself and let that come through. And it will come through naturally the more you make videos, because you'll get more comfortable in front of camera and you'll be able to talk to it the way you would talk to another person. But really just remember that one fact, that you are enough and your personality is enough. And number 10, the final part of this, is start the YouTube channel now. Whatever it is, start it now. Because the only way, you know, the number one way to grow on YouTube is by posting YouTube videos. It's not rocket science. The only way you can actually build up a following and build a channel is to post videos to your channel on YouTube. And if you don't start, you can have all of the training in the world. You could follow this course through, you could follow other courses through, and I'm gonna try and help you as much as I possibly can to get there. But the only way you can actually do it for yourself is by starting to post and starting to get those videos up. That is the number one tip I could possibly ever give you. Start now and start making progress. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to get that first video up. Then you just have to get that second video up. Then the third, then the fourth, the fifth, and all the way up to 100. And if you continue and you get to that 100 point, then you will have progress and you will have success. Right, that's it, guys. Let's jump into more of the details. Right, as you might have guessed, that is a video from my new course that I've spent the last 2 months building, and it's now finished and I can share it with you. If you're interested, the link will be in the description below. Go and check it out. That is only one video out of over 75 videos that I've compiled together to show someone how to go from starting out with a new YouTube channel all the way through to turning that into a full-scale business and drawing a passive income from that. I decided to really keep it a modest price because I didn't want this to be another barrier between you and where you want to be. So if you're interested, go check out the link in the description. Let me know what you think, and hopefully, either way, this video helped you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.